What's going on, Salt Strong Nation? Recently we published a couple videos about how to put line onto your spinning reel, and the question kept coming up about braid-ready spools. So I've got one here for you guys today. We're going to talk about the differences for those of you who may not know how to identify a braid-ready spool, whether you should actually use these, and I'm going to give you guys a tip that's hopefully going to save you a ton of money in braided lines. So let's go ahead and dive in. Now, first things first, what is a braid-ready spool and why would you use it? Now, if we take a look at these two spools right here, you guys can see that the gold pen spool has a little bit of a band in the middle of it. That is actually a piece of rubber that is indented into the spool itself. It's like a ring that sits around the arbor of the spool, and the Daiwa spool does not have this ring. It has just got some indentations on the arbor of the spool. So when you're a tackle shop dealer, or if you go to spool your reel, you need to figure out how you're going to make that braid stay on the arbor. Now, with your traditional spool, what's going to happen is they're either going to put a piece of masking tape around it, which is what I've seen done at a lot of tackle shops, and then they're going to put the braid straight onto it. Or what I like to do is put a monofilament backing on it. I like that personally, and we'll talk about that a little bit later on. But if you got one of these braid-ready spools, you're able to tie the braid directly onto this rubber band right here, and it's going to stay. Now, the question is, do these actually work? Now, I can tell you from experience, just tying the braid straight to this rubber seal is going to allow you to have a pretty good hold on it as you spool that line, and when you fight fish, it's not going to slip. You guys have seen me use this reel pretty recently on some really big redfish. I've had zero issues with it. But what I want to show you guys, if you take a look here really quickly, I've had this reel for a few years now. I've subjected it to a lot of abuse. It's been dunked. It's gotten a lot of salt water on it. And the seals that actually keep this ring right here on the spool have completely given away. So it's there freely. And if something was to happen to this seal, it could slip and the rest of my line could go, and I would have no tension on that fish because that braid would be spinning around the spool. Now, the same thing would happen if I just tied braid straight directly to this spool over here on the Daiwa. So it's kind of a toss-up. What do you want to go with? I say for short term, if you can't find monofilament or you don't have masking tape, you definitely can tie braid onto this, but I would not rely on it as a permanent solution. Instead, what I recommend that you do is you put a monofilament backing on both of these types of spools. Just because for both of these types of spools, it's going to save you money regardless. You're not going to be using really expensive braid on the back of your reel. You'll be saving a lot of this. That way you can use most of your braid for fighting fish instead of having it sit on the back of your reel and do nothing. So I recommend you guys check out all the tutorials we have about how to spool your line. We show you all the different things you need to do and do it right, because there are right and wrong ways to spool your spools, whether they're braid ready, non-braid ready. So definitely check those tutorials out. And if you want to see more awesome fishing tips that are guaranteed to help you become a better fisherman, check us out at saltstrong.com.
And if you're new to Salt Strong, just know that we're the best online fishing club in America, because we literally guarantee we're going to help you catch more fish while saving time and money on your tackle. We do this by providing you with premium education, a private insider community with thousands of reports published daily, and discounts on the best saltwater fishing tackle in the industry right now. So we're looking forward to seeing you join us in the Salt Strong Insider Club soon, and thanks again for watching.